Sup, people, it's Allison, and I wanted to take a second to talk about our newest sponsor. It is this awesome company called Carnivore Club, and here is what they do. Every month, they scour the country for the most mind-blowingly delicious meat producers they can find. They pick out the very best 4 to 6 of the products that supplier makes, put those delicious edible treasures into a box like a meat pirate, and then they ship it to your door. Arr. You could get wild boar salami, spicy pork chorizo, venison jerky. Who knows? There's just a huge variety of amazing meat. They find a whole new supplier to feature every month, so every box you get is a totally new selection of different cured meats. They did send us our very own box.
They did.
We ate it all in one episode.
100% Wagyu sausage.
All those like versts were so good.
They was the best versts.
They're the best of versts. It was the best of verst. So if you like the sound of this, you go to carnivoreclub.co. That's co, not .com. You leave off the M for meat.
I love that.
By the way, that
has to be their
Alex
new...
and I came up with that. That's not Carnivore Club's thing. We just like saying that.
That has to be the new thing.
And you sign up there to get your first box for 10% off with the promo code Happy Hour. There's no spaces, capital H's. It's pretty simple. If a box of amazing meat delivered to your door once a month sounds awesome to you, it is time to join the Carnivore Club. That is carnivoreclub.co. There's no M for meat. With the promo code Happy Hour, capital H's, no spaces, to get 10% off.
I love that. Capital H's, no spaces.
Yep, I'm getting better at this.
Yeah.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Alison Haislip, and for approximately the next 30 minutes or so, Alex and I are gonna... Oh, what did we come up with? Drink some booze and read some news.
Bam!
Something like that.
Something like that.
Imbibe in booze and read some news.
Something like that.
And talk about news.
Talk about
booze,
news.
Booze and news.
Booze and news.
Booze and news. That is what we are here for. What?
Mm-hmm. With us this week, as always, the man of the hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
the
only half of
hour,
it. Only half of it.
Yeah.
Is Captain General
Lieutenant.
Tom Lieutenant Super Volcano Krajewski.
How you doing?
Yeah.
DDS. He's now a dentist.
Oh, yeah. He got
He's
made a
officially
dentist in last week's episode.
So when we do a live show, instead of doing like a kissing booth with Allison for $1, we should do a dental checkup
cavity
booth
yeah.
with Tom Krajewski.
Wait, I like that you automatically assigned me to a kissing booth that we've never done before anyway.
It's not even everything we thought about.
No.
But guess what? We don't have to do it now.
Great,
we're going to do the dental checkup
great.
booth.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll do the proctology. I'll do. Get your prostate checked for $5.
Ew.
That's not going to be
You're
me.
gonna charge?
Oh.
Okay.
First off, everybody charges. Nobody gets their prostate checked for free.
Oh.
You just sounded so eager to do it. I thought you might want to do it for free.
There you go.
Actually, that should be a new VR experience.
No.
I know there's a surgeon simulator.
Really?
But it's like crazy, like you're trying to keep the people alive and shit keeps exploding out of their hearts.
I don't want to do that.
Just like in real life.
Just like in real life.
Yeah.
Real surgery.
I don't want to do that.
What about like Octodad?
Oh.
Because, there's Job Simulator. Have you seen Job Simulator?
No, what's that?
It's basically you're like in a shitty dead-end job and you have to do things like do the TPS reports and do the stuff and make sure you have enough coffee and like you're just constantly trying to do all this crazy shit.
Just burp.
I just burped sideways.
You burp a lot. You're a
Yeah.
gassy.
I'm a very effusive.
Oh. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I like burping.
All right.
I don't know. Do I like burping?
Yeah, it feels
You
good.
do it quite often.
Feels good. Well, I do it quite often because A, I'm talking fast.
Yeah.
And B, I'm drinking carbonated fluids.
Yes. Tell
Speaking
us what
of
we're
carbonated
drinking.
fluids,
Yeah, what are we drinking?
did you look up Mr. French?
Yeah.
It is a thing?
I'm not
Mr.
sure.
French?
So we are drinking
This is also from Stone.
Another Stone
Yeah.
ale, and it is founder-aged Saison.
Saison, which means season.
Yeah, now we're not sure, because this is handwritten, we're not sure if it's supposed to be founder-aged, but I think it's founder-aged Saison.
Saison.
Yeah,
It is strong.
It's strong.
yeah,
It is strong. It has a powerful feeling.
Yeah, power.
It
I
definitely
have the
feels...
power!
Yes, it's definitely...
What is it, 10 point something?
10.6.
That's insane.
10.6.
This is a wine. We're drinking a wine, like a huge goblet of wine.
It's powder. It's powder. You're right. Powder aged. Yeah. that's a
Powder
weird-
aged.
It's a real thing about beer. Powder.
Wow.
F-O-U-D-R.
It's good. It's growing on me.
Yeah.
It has a funk.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It just doesn't taste like a beer.
It doesn't
is what
taste like
it
a beer.
is. Yeah.
It's basically a can of wine.
Yeah.
I'll drink your guys's if you're complaining.
Oh, we're gonna drink
drinking it, Tom.
Tom,
Stay the fuck
we're
away
going
from
to
my
drink
beer.
it.
You just offering.
You better founder away from my beer.
I'm just saying that.
I just wanted to talk to you about Founder. Founder sounds like a guy you go to college with.
Normally we catch up on each other.
Founder did this week?
Yes.
Sorry, yes.
I was going to say, normally we catch up on each other's weeks, but considering we're recording this immediately after we recorded last week's episode.
How's the laundry going?
Yeah,
I guess
my
that's
laundry's great.
good,
Yep,
good.
yep.
Keeping it going.
You have really great washer dryers.
Thank you.
I might have to come up with more excuses to do my laundry at your house.
Yeah, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
VR experiences.
Maybe I'll just make that my thing. Every time I come over to record a podcast, I'll do laundry.
Yeah.
That is hysterical.
I might do it, Alex. Be
You're
careful.
like, no, seriously, those are good. Does your new place have laundry?
It does, but it's just not as nice as yours. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I have to share it with the other. I'm in a building with 6 units, so I have to share it with them. So, I mean, honestly, my schedule is so different than everyone else, so I've never had a problem of
People
wanting to
doing
do
laundry
laundry
at the same
and the
time.
machine. Yeah, but still, it's nice to not have to use a machine that other people are using.
Is like 30 years old. Although we
Yeah.
do also use our machine.
Yeah, but just don't use it. Just don't use it when I come over to record the podcast.
Gotcha. I hear
There
you.
you go.
I hear you. I hear what's going on.
You can use it any other time of the week, but just
How
don't
is
use
Europe?
it.
How is
I'm
your
currently
Europe
in
experience?
Europe. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
By the way, we totally forgot to say Happy Mother's Day last week.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Well, technically, the episode came out the day after Mother's Day.
Technically, but I feel bad that we didn't say anything.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
moms.
Mother's Day, moms out there.
Yeah, at the time
Late.
that this podcast comes out, I am in Paris.
For the first time, right? You've never been.
First time. I've never been to Paris.
Oh my God, you're going to have so much fun.
I know.
Eat croissants.
Saint-Germain
Hopefully,
du Pré.
I'm actually at the Eiffel Tower when people are listening to this podcast.
That would be awesome.
Right?
I'll text you when it gets released.
All right, cool.
I'll be like, get to the Eiffel Tower, stat.
Go! Now!
Did you guys see Tomorrowland, by the way?
No.
It's worth seeing.
Is it?
Well, I mean, it's worth
Oh.
seeing just for the spectacle of some of the
I
stuff.
feel like that's one of those movies that I would actually potentially watch on a plane.
Yeah.
You might watch on the plane that
Yeah.
you may have already
I may have
seen
already
it.
watched it.
Wow, time travel. Time travel.
Guys, this is blowing my mind.
This is blowing my mind. I'm just
Yeah.
happy that I had a serious conversation about Tom potentially going to buy a Vive.
Yes.
I could see it in his eyes. He's like,
Yep. How do I
how
get
much
this?
is this again? Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Okay.
I can do
okay.
this.
How much
Yep.
space do you need? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's talk.
Well, now he's already going through the process of how he convinces Jen to let him get it.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that I really think because Heather loves it.
Yeah.
Like she's had so much fun. And by the way, we didn't even play Audio Shield, which is the real
What's Audio Shield?
killer. I didn't get it yet.
Oh.
I'll get it next time. We can try it.
All right, good.
But Audio Shield is like Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, what?
But you have 2 shields.
No.
On either hand is a shield, and one's one's blue and one's orange. And these like balls come flying at your face, and you have to hit them with the right colored shield. And as you're
Ooh.
doing it, it then makes the music happen.
I feel like you'd get really nice arms too by
Yeah.
doing that.
Dude, there's a lot of like exercise stuff.
Yeah.
People are doing things where they're actually buying weights.
Oh.
So they're buying weights for the hands. So that
Yeah.
if you buy hand weights and then do Audio Shield, it's actually like good
You
exercise.
just get wrist weights.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
They're doing wrist weights, and then one guy bought a chest weight. You know those like
Yeah.
weighted vests.
Yeah.
To do hover junkers, which is like
Hover
a super
junkers?
fun. Yeah,
That's a
it's
great
It's
name.
a multiplayer shooter where each of you. It's a team of 4 versus 4, and each of you has like a junk hover ship
That's hilarious.
that's like made of junk. But so your area that you can move around in is the hover junk space, but then you have guns and you like bump up against other players on other VR headsets and you're like ducking below your junk walls and shooting, trying to
yeah.
shoot them, and yeah,
like
and then you have
online?
teams. Yeah, it's 4v4.
See, if virtual reality helps us all get in better shape, then I'm totally for it.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
Splah.
All right, shall we do some emails?
Do some
Emails.
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 Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Let's do this one.
That was me just
That's
wanting to be
good.
part of the
That's good.
team.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Da 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 da. He-Man. What are we talking about? All right. I actually caught myself telling my 4-year-old daughter. ...
Wait, this is an email? Oh,
This is an
that's the
email.
title of it. Who's it from?
This is from Bobby.
What's up, Bobby?
What's up, Bobby?
Bobby.
Okay.
Hey, Alex, Allison, and Tom.
Hey.
I actually caught myself in public pointedly telling my 4-year-old daughter,
Ooh.
if you don't behave like a princess, you won't get to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 tonight.
Oh.
He said then, while looking at my beautiful little girl sitting there, I had to stop and laugh at how ridiculous that sounded and hope no one heard me.
That's awesome, though.
It sounded so random. I have to ask, have you guys ever found yourselves in similar situations where you said something out loud, fully meaning every word of it,
Yeah.
and when you replayed it in your head, you realized how silly it would have sounded to anyone else listening?
All the time.
I feel like all the time, too.
All the time, especially when we live in LA, because you just there are things that happen in Los Angeles that don't happen anywhere
in
else.
the real world.
Yeah,
Yes.
we live in virtual reality in Los
we
Angeles.
do, yeah.
So there's just absurd things that you end up saying, like. Of course, now I can't think of any.
Yeah.
But you're always like, oh yeah, I had to go get a kale juice with Skeet Ulrich, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And then those words come out of your mouth, and you're like,
What?
by the way,
Ulrich is
I've never
still
had a
alive?
kale juice with Skeet Ulrich. That was
Right.
just
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that came out of my mouth. But
Well, I did that the other day. I was having dinner right before we went to see a show. I went and saw the band The English Beat.
That's right.
oh,
I
you
think I
told us
talked about
this
this on the show.
Yeah.
But so that night, I may have even told the story, but that night I was having drinks right before we went, and I was going to have breakfast the next day with a buddy of mine, and I was like, hey, can you still do breakfast tomorrow? And I go, I'm about to say the most LA thing. And I go, because if so, I have to cancel my yoga lady that comes over.
Yep.
And literally, I was like, after I said it out loud, I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, are you But totally unironic.
Yeah, no,
I was like, no,
completely.
I literally need to cancel
Yeah.
Missy, who comes over to the house and is going to
Right.
yoga me in the morning.
Yoga you.
Yoga me.
Yeah.
I've been doing yoga for a while
I know
now.
you've been telling
You're
us.
looking good, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, your hair is.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
That's what
Most
yoga
of my
is good
yoga
for.
is focused on my head.
Yeah.
And just the hair area.
Hair yoga.
It's really cool because, I mean, I know we did the whole surprisingly gymnastic with the handstand push-ups.
Oh my gosh, that was impressive.
But I started now getting into the crow. I don't know if you know the crow
No.
thing,
What's
which is
the
where you
crow
put your
thing?
hands on the ground
Okay.
and then you put your knees up on the backs of your
Oh,
arms.
yeah.
You can do that?
I can do that. But the crazy thing is I'm starting to move into the new thing, which
Oh.
is you do crow and then you lift one of your knees off of your arms, so you
What?
only have one knee on your arms. And I just did that for the first time the other day. I was
Oh,
like,
nice job.
Congratulations.
I was like, badass.
Badass. That's
Badass.
badass.
It's nice. How much can you bench?
I don't know. I don't do
Yeah,
that.
I don't do
Do you
I
even
don't
lift,
do-
bro?
No.
Oh,
I lift myself, bro.
whoa,
I lift
beard in my
I lift
mouth.
my beard in my mouth, brah.
bruh.
I got 6 ounces right here, brah.
Whoa.
Working up to 8.
It's hard, but then it gets lighter as I go.
It's all about reps. man.
All right, so I've been a longtime TRS fan.
Oh, is this
Please
back
do a
to,
reunion show. This is Bob.
Back to Bob's email.
Dig Nation, and now that I love the half-hour happy hour, I've been binge listening to the podcast over the last 2 months to get caught up.
Yeah.
Tom sounds suspiciously like Jeff Kanata, by the way.
Oh, I can see that.
Interesting.
I'm not Jeff.
I'm afraid
Interesting.
you're going to have both of them on the show at one time
Just
in
to
order for
prove?
me to believe that they're two different people.
I actually just recently shot a short film with Jeff Kanata.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
It was awesome.
I saw a lot of the photos.
Yes, which actually I think by the
your
time.
stunt lady was badass looking.
Oh yeah, I had a stunt
Yeah.
double and she was rad. Actually, I had 2 stunt doubles because we shot 2 days and the first girl could only make it 1 day.
That's cool.
They were both freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But I think by the time this podcast comes out, the short film will have come out. So hopefully,
What's it called? It was called Rage Quit?
Rage Quit.
Yeah.
And it's for Loot Crate.
Oh,
And it's Jeff Kanata and I, as brother and sister, playing the most epic game of Magic to win
amazing.
our uncle's game shop.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That
Yeah.
sounds fantastic.
Who wins?
Well, you have to watch
Spoiler
it.
alert.
You have to watch it.
Spoiler
But my
alert.
point is that while Jeff and I were shooting this thing, we were talking about how we have to do a podcast mashup.
Oh, yeah, with
Yes.
We Have Concerns?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I know, we should do that.
So maybe we will prove that Tom is not Jeff.
We will prove.
I don't
Although-
want that to be proved.
You don't want
I
it
want
to
to
be
be
proved.
Jeff.
Did?
I
You
don't
just
know
wanna
who
pretend-
Jeff
pretend
is,
you're
but
Jeff
he
Kanata?
sounds like he's got
Yeah.
a better job than me.
He's
I want to
got
be Jeff. Podcast and directing, acting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. And in case you're wondering,
Back to this
if
email.
I'm a bad parent and
Oh.
how my 4-year-old daughter gets to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3
Didn't even cross
didn't
my
even
mind.
cross my mind either. I was
No.
like, great parent.
Yeah.
Here's the short version. I've set all the parental controls and really only let my kid kids play multiplayer mode, which makes most of the adult content out of the way. It basically turns the game into run around and shoot each other while on teams.
Yeah, that does make sense.
My 8-year-old asked me to play, and then before you knew it, my 10-year-old and my 4-year-old joined in. My 4-year-old princess basically stumbles around and stares at walls, but she has so much fun being part of the family while we play that we all let her join in.
That's rad.
So there you go. I'm not a bad parent. I guess I'm a parent.
I'm a parent. Yeah, that's what I would be.
Parent?
I guess I'm a parent. Yeah.
Thanks so much for the show. Bring lots of laughs to my dad.
It is interesting. You know, I was talking about this when Alex and I went on Michelle Moreau and Malik Forte's podcast.
Correct.
I started playing video games on an Atari, which meant my options for playing, like the most violent video game I could play was Combat, or as I called it, Tanks. When you were basically two tanks that faced each other and shot a pixel at each other and tried to knock each other out, and that was it. And I started playing right around 4, I think.
Yeah.
But it is true that, like, if you have a 4-year-old, the games that you can incorporate them in with are much more violent they can be, or you kind of have to start on like the mobile games, and it's just like mix and match colored jewels and things like that, because there's too much. Like, the worst I could get is the best you could get these days.
Right. Yeah. Is the least violent of all the games. Whereas like Call of Duty, you can literally come up behind somebody and stab them violently in the neck.
Exactly.
And kill them.
Yeah, and a dog. Why would you know?
Oh yeah, that's right. They do have dogs that attack you. Yeah, you have to shoot dogs.
No, you do?
Yeah.
You can, in Call of Duty.
I mean, you're a
that
terrible
shit.
person if you do. But
Well, or you win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Cool. If you want to,
ipso facto, which I don't know what that.
If you want to break your moral compass just so you can win, well, then that's the kind of person you are.
That's like us. Yeah.
Moral compass.
Whatever.
What is that?
I don't know. She said it.
I don't know. Is that some sort of weird video game
North.
thing?
True North.
All right, let's get into some stories.
Oh, that was quick.
Well, it was a long email.
Yep.
Moral compass.
Yeah.
Competitive. What is that?
Contemplative?
No, but it's not contemplative. It's
Competitive.
like competitive or something
No,
like that.
what are you trying to say?
Fuck.
I don't know. Fuck is good.
Complicated.
Like it's complete?
Whatever. Man accidentally stabs himself while showing off near Gerard and Maine.
This could be any
What?
man.
So this could be any man.
Who are Gerard and Maine?
It's 2 people. No, it's a place. It's Main Streets in Toronto. A man in his 20s has been rushed to the hospital after he stabbed himself while trying to show off.
Continue.
Trying to show off how?
I'm intrigued.
He was spinning his knife, twirling his knife, when he lost his balance and then stabbed himself.
Oh gosh!
Wow.
Like
But
in the abdomen?
I have no idea.
Drop.
Yeah. Well, and also, why are you falling over? First off,
Yeah.
can anybody say alcohol?
Drunk? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this happened at 1:30 a.m.
Oh well, there you go.
I smell alcohol. But the reason I wanted to talk about this is, I don't know about you, but when I grew up,
Yeah.
like, weapons were a thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Ninja stars. I had some
Yeah,
of those.
Ninja Star. Well, I just got, so my parents,
Ninja stars were a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
big in
Throwing
the 80s,
stars?
man.
Huh?
hell yeah. I had so a couple of my throwing stars, we went down to the
You
basement.
have a couple throwing stars.
I had a lot. I had
Why?
throwing stars, throwing axes, throwing knives.
Throwing axes?
Because that's what
Yeah.
they did in the
Were
movies
you in
the
the
80s.
circus?
No, but I do juggle.
What?
Not knives.
you actually juggle?
I do actually juggle,
Oh
yeah.
God, I'm gonna have to make you prove that
we
you
gotta
can
get you
juggle.
some
I have
chainsaws.
juggling pins in the closet.
You do?
Yeah, I'll bring them
Who
out.
are you?
Dude, I'm
Talented
surprisingly
man.
Are
talented.
you a carny?
I wish. Carney would be great. Just moving around from place to place,
Wow.
throwing knives.
The dream.
So, but what happened was my parents, they downsized their house. They're literally right now driving cross country from Virginia to La Jolla.
Really?
Moving. They're now not going to be East Coasters.
really?
They are moving 100% to San Diego.
Wait, I thought your parents were 100% San Diego.
No, they had a place in D.C. Right where I grew up, outside
Really?
D.C.
So we're staying with your
Yeah.
parents at Comic-Con.
Duh, that's where I say.
Yeah.
That's
Every
where
time I
we're-
go, I'm like,
I didn't
I'm
realize
in.
you guys still had a house on the East Coast.
Well, so they sold our like house,
Right.
And they got rented a
Dino house.
a condo, yeah, like a dino house. You know Dinobots? It's basically that, but a house.
I love Dinobots.
It's,
I don't know, when you said house, I was like, what else would a house be?
Yeah, it's either a Stegosaurus or the house.
For the house.
Thankfully, it usually is just the house. So they then went to a 2-bedroom apartment.
Got it.
In Crystal City, and then they downsized that to like a 1-bedroom apartment because they were like, we don't even need the extra room.
Yeah.
And they would
Our
spend.
children never come visit us. Why do we need an extra room?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I have not been back to the East Coast. I've not been back
So
to
burpy.
Virginia
So burpy.
in 7-8 years.
That's insane.
Like, why go? I see my parents all the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I thought your parents only lived out here.
Yeah, because they were here probably half the time. But anyway, so they finally did the move. And so I got a couple boxes of like, here's some of your stuff.
Yeah.
And the last box
What's your
had
throwing knives?
throwing knives and nunchucks.
Oh, nunchucks.
I know, they're inside. I
By
should
the
probably
way,
have brought them out.
I 100% believe that you have nunchucks. Like that to
And
me.
I can still do
Makes a lot
nunchucks
of
pretty
sense.
well. And
Yeah.
Heather was really impressed because she was like, what the fuck are those? And I go, oh, they're nunchucks. And she was like, what? And I go, yeah. And I go, let me see if I still have it. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And she was like, holy shit, you can fucking do nunchucks.
I would just hit myself in the head with them
Yes.
immediately.
It was like a law back in the 80s that if you were a boy,
You had to have an-
I had
It was a-
nunchucks.
did
and I
you
had
law?
Now,
ninja
did you
stars.
actually have
And a
the
crossbow.
full ninja outfit?
No,
I had
couldn't afford it,
a ninja
Mr.
outfit.
Fancy
Wow.
Fit.
I
Really?
bought a ninja outfit. It
Was it like
was fantastic.
from like the store, or is it like a costume? Like a store?
No, no,
store
no.
bought
No, no,
where the
no.
ninjas buy there.
Yeah, it was from like Ninjas R Us
Ninjas are
in like Spokane,
us.
Washington.
This is before the internet, before you could
It
buy
was.
that.
Yeah.
So you had to
had
go
that,
find it.
No, you had that martial arts catalog.
You guys,
Yeah.
does it not
Black
blow
Belt
your
magazine.
mind that we went to the moon before we had the internet?
That's pretty crazy.
Isn't that
That
insane?
is pretty crazy.
We landed a man on the fucking moon.
Yeah, the other thing that I feel
before
is crazy
we had email.
is the time that we were like, let's go to the moon. We had no right going to the moon. Like we had
Yeah.
no
No
ability to go to the moon.
You're like,
and now
here's
that
a
we can
tin
totally
can and
do
an
it,
explosion.
but now that we
Yeah.
can totally do it easy, everybody's like, I don't know,
Mars.
the moon.
Mars.
Nobody wants to go to Mars. It's like,
Everyone wants to go to Mars.
except the people that can go.
Well, that's true.
Like NASA's sort of like, oh yeah, I guess we could.
Yeah.
They're like, let's not do anything.
I know.
Fucking NASA. Let's let Elon Musk do it.
I believe by the time this episode has come out. Oh, that's what I
Massive
didn't
NASA
talk about
announcements?
on last week's episode. Shit.
Well, here we are.
We missed. Well, but now it's too late. The
not too late.
The,
It's never too late.
The special episode of BattleBots has come out.
Oh, that might be too late.
Yeah.
It was really special. I watched
On-
it.
Yeah, I heard it was
good.
great.
You should. It was May 10th.
It was May 10th.
But everyone has now learned that there's an astronaut
oh,
on our show. One of our competitors is an astronaut.
Interesting.
Which means he has
Yes.
actually trained
Flown?
or been to space.
No, he has been to
talked about
motherfucking
that.
space like
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of spacewalks.
What?
Yeah. He
Yeah,
has,
what did we figure out? It was an astronaut is somebody
who has been trained
who's
to
been
go to
trained
space.
to go into space.
Yes.
Yeah. The other people are just passengers.
Space tourists. Yeah.
Space tourists. Yeah.
But when we when we shoot BattleBots, I have to sit down with all of the competitors before we even start filming and just like get to know them and
Yeah.
like know who they are as people and what their story are and get to know their bots really well. So that way when I'm asking them questions, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, right?
yeah. Yes.
It's part of the job. So when he came in for his interview and we sat down, I asked him like 5 questions about the bot and then I was like, tell me about space.
You're like, so you were in space.
And I made him like he has all these great stories. Like when he went up for his first spacewalk,
Yeah.
he actually spoke with, I forget this astronaut. He spoke to a different astronaut who had at this time racked up the most hours for a spacewalk.
Okay.
So he was like
So
the,
Captain Spacewalk.
Yeah, Captain Space, the ipso facto of spacewalking.
Yeah.
And he like you know how they train in water. They train underwater in like these huge dive tanks because
Yeah.
that's the only thing that simulates weightlessness. And there was one thing that Dan, the astronaut on our show, couldn't quite get in the training. And this other astronaut told him, he's like, that's something that you cannot do underwater. He's like, you will figure that out when you're up there. He's like, you'll have to try this, but it will not work underwater. It's one of those few things that like it has to be done in
It
actual
doesn't
zero gravity.
translate to
Right.
space.
And so there are things like that. And so when Dan actually got up there, this astronaut was actually his like comms guy on the ground.
yeah.
And so he like did the whole maneuver and he was like, oh, it totally works. And the guy's like, yep, I know. And so then there's another moment when like Dan's out there in space and he's just like floating, and because I guess whenever you go on a spacewalk, you get about 10 minutes to
chill,
adjust.
Do what you want.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah,
Check
it's
your email on your phone.
10 minutes. 10
in the
minutes to
biggest
just
pool.
orient yourself before
Yeah.
you actually start doing whatever you have to do outside of the shuttle.
Yeah.
And so in these 10 minutes, he's like, coasting around. He's like looking at the earth and all this kind of stuff. And then he's like, I was in such a good mood. I went to whistle.
Oh, funny.
You can't whistle in space.
Even when you have air in
No,
your helmet?
because it's not the same kind of air. It's all oxygen in the actual suit. And I think it's because there's
so
not enough
weird.
moisture. For whatever reason, you cannot whistle.
We need to get scientists working on that.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can
But
whistle in
he
space.
apparently like calmed down to his dude back in mission
He's like,
control
"What
and
the
was
fuck,
like,
dude? I'm trying to
"Hey,
whistle."
Houston, you can't whistle in space." And they're like, "Yep, we know." But
I love that there's like.
like
By the way, I love that there's a list of shit you discover that they're like, let's not tell him about the whistling,
Yeah.
just so he can blow his mind.
yeah,
Because he's just like,
yeah.
why am I not whistling?
You can't whistle in space.
Houston, I've got a problem. I can't whistle.
I know.
Welcome to space, fucker.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you assholes. You kept telling me it's great. You just get out there, you start whistling, everybody's happy.
I just think astronauts are the coolest fucking people.
Because they are.
Yeah.
They're sort of the most badass of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, because we get a little complacent about space. Like, do you remember the I think it was a shuttle that, or was it a shuttle that blew up? But something blew up back when Bush was a president.
Yeah.
Bush.
Like a while back.
Oh yeah.
You mean
It was
the
a shuttle.
Challenger thing?
No, I don't think it was Challenger. It
No,
was the one-
on reentry.
Yeah. So it must have been Discovery or whatever, but
Or maybe Columbia.
or maybe
What?
Columbia. I don't know,
Yeah.
but whatever. The thing that I found the most interesting was when Bush was giving his speech about it.
Right.
He said, we fail to remember that travel by rocket is a dangerous endeavor.
Yeah.
And it made me go, oh, right. I've become so complacent about like, oh, another space shuttle launch.
Yeah.
Whatever. Another rocket's going up.
Dude,
whatever.
that's what I always think about. Like when I
but
actually,
those astronauts in the seats are like, this shit could blow up.
yeah, when I actually
But
think
I'm
about
still doing
space
it.
travel,
Science. Yeah.
like I would give anything to be in space. Like I think that would be awesome, but I don't think I could actually go through the launch.
Really?
That
Oh,
to me
interesting.
seems like the most terrifying part
That's where all the
of
shit
the whole
happens.
thing.
But a lot of the stuff like the Virgin Galactic,
Yeah.
it doesn't do that.
Right,
It's
right.
It's just a plane that gets
So
higher and higher
that,
and higher
that
and higher.
seems more conceivable. To
Right.
me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Or like a light balloon.
Right.
You're like, I'll do the balloon thing.
Yeah.
The problem with that is then the balloon sort of just goes, good luck.
Pop.
I'm out.
Yeah. Hope you're floating.
Hope you're floating good.
Yeah.
Like that guy who, what was that guy's name?
What guy?
The guy who
Hawking,
jumped out of
Stephen
the
Hawking.
no, not
Oh.
Stephen Hawking. Yeah, remember when Stephen Hawking parachuted out of the highest parachute place?
You can
The
do it.
guy who basically
Yeah,
did the highest base jump.
Baumgartner
Oh,
or
yeah,
something like
the Red Bull guy.
Baumgartner.
I remember watching
yeah,
that.
something like that. Baumgartner.
I still don't understand how that guy survived that
I
thing
know
because he
kidding.
went into that spin.
and then went unconscious, and then his parachute went, and he was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck happened?"
I was waiting the whole time.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
"That was awesome."
I was like, his brain must be jelly the way he was spinning.
Yeah.
That's insane.
By the way, I feel like the Concorde got a bad rap. I mean, it exploded twice, but I feel like supersonic air flight has to happen.
I agree.
I mean, I just the Hyperloop's
Dude,
coming.
by the way, that's all I can think of. That guy, the whatever his name, jumping
Bull.
the
Yeah.
base jumping guy.
I think it was Noah Baumgartner.
It was all I could think about during Civil War and the War Machine scene,
Oh, yeah,
which
yeah.
at the time we're recording this, Alex still hasn't seen the movie.
no,
Loser.
what is
Gotta
it?
see it.
I'm going to
But-
see it Monday morning. By the way, guys.
Right, but that spinning, I was like, oh fuck me.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Dude,
Cool.
Iron Man, that movie, the first one, the Jon Favreau movie,
yeah.
it just really. I mean, it kicked off the whole Marvel
that's
universe.
the movie
but,
to me that changed the game for superhero movies.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
By the way, did you guys hear about the whole Justice League thing?
What? Oh, about Ben Affleck coming on as producer?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But he
Yeah.
stepped up because he's in it.
Yeah.
Right.
But he basically, I think that he was like, this is going so poorly.
Right.
I should step up and take over helping fix this shit.
Well, that's good.
Who's directing it? Is it Zack Snyder
I think
doing it?
Zack Snyder was getting so much crap from people. I think Warner Brothers wanted Ben Affleck to be attached to help kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
Ben Affleck chose to. Ben
Yeah.
Affleck's like, yeah, I'll do it because he's a great director.
He's
Yeah.
a fucking great
Yeah.
director. Are you kidding me?
He's awesome.
Well,
Great
he's doing
storyteller.
he's doing the standalone.
Yeah.
He's
No,
directing and
he's
starring in the standalone
brilliant.
Batman movie, which is going to be
at
fantastic.
the time of this recording, I still have not seen Batman versus Superman.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
that is something you will see on the plane.
that's what I'm thinking.
That is totally going
if
to
it
happen.
is available on my flights to Europe, I will
I'm
watch it.
sure it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
still-
It's enjoyable, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Superman only has, I think they counted like 44 lines in the movie. It's a like 2.5
Really?
hour movie.
And
he
it's
only has
supposed to be the
44
sequel
lines.
to Man of Steel.
Yeah. Thank God
That's
it's not
insane.
really.
I think
Yeah.
that ship sailed
Yeah.
when they were like, let's put Batman in it, and everybody was like, Batman's in it, and they were like, well, let's calm the Superman shit
Well,
down.
I mean, Superman got second billing in his own movie, so
Yeah, I know, it's so
Yeah.
weird.
Affleck was
All right, speaking of ships,
Okay.
great. Yeah.
this is awesome.
Ships.
Abandoned tanker
Oh gosh.
mysteriously washes ashore in Liberia.
How mysterious.
How mysterious? It is a giant oil tanker
Okay.
that literally ran aground.
Ghost ship?
Nobody's on it.
No.
They have no idea
No
what
dinosaurs on there that ate at him?
happened. Nothing.
There's no people.
no people.
Oh my god! Like
and
wait,
and
what?
it just showed up on the beach.
What?
Yeah.
Here's the crazy part. It sat there for 2 days before anybody noticed.
So this
What?
is a big beach.
It's a
Or
huge
it's like a
beach,
private
but
beach
also
and
it's
nobody
like,
wanted to take care of it.
hey, Liberian government, how about you notice when a fucking oil tanker
Oh my
comes
gosh.
ashore?
I feel like Liberia is one of those countries that if we were last week tonight,
Yeah.
we'd be like, Liberia is a country you don't think about, that you didn't even realize this isn't Liberia.
Yeah.
This is Liberia.
I
Because
love
I
when
couldn't
they do
even tell
that.
you where Liberia is.
They did that with Puerto Rico because of all the
Yes.
crazy Puerto Rico stuff.
Yeah.
And they showed a picture, like an outline of Puerto Rico. And they were like, Puerto Rico, a country or an island that's so insignificant to us. This is actually the picture, an outline of a Scotty dog.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were like, this is what Puerto Rico looks
Yeah.
like. And I was just like, that is fucking genius.
I know. I love that show so much.
So they have no idea what happened to the crew.
Wow.
Where's the ship from, did you say? Like, where did it take off?
It took off in Panama,
Panama.
Man.
and they don't know why it should be there.
See, I can whistle down here.
Yeah, see? You're not in space.
Amazed
Yeah.
by that.
That was an amaze whistle.
You guys, when we record our podcast
Panama.
in space, we will not be able to whistle.
On the
cannot
moon
write.
base,
On
but
the
I'm
moon
going to make
base.
sure to pipe in good whistle oxygen.
Okay, good. There you go.
Yeah.
Make sure that we get those.
Yeah.
Elon Musk on that. Anyway,
Yeah.
so this thing's from Panama. What was it carrying? Like
Oil.
cargo?
It's an
Oil.
oil
ship?
tanker.
Was
Yeah.
there still oil on it?
It didn't say if there was still oil in it.
Because this feels like pirates to me.
Well, so they said that it could be pirates, but they also there was something else that they thought it might have been that they just abandoned ship, like that maybe something
haunted
happened.
ship.
Well, right, but
And a
wouldn't that
ghost.
be on
They're
some?
scared.
Ghost ship.
Wouldn't that be on record somewhere?
This is the
Yeah,
thing.
where's, like, the
they
black
lost.
box?
They lost track of this back in April 22nd
Okay,
Of this
and-
year.
of this year,
a couple weeks.
and so it literally had been missing for like 3 weeks, and nobody knew about it.
Wow.
And then it just showed up on Liberian beach.
so they don't know
They don't know what
anyone
happened.
who used to be on the crew.
Nope. Nope.
Crazy.
Yeah. And it didn't go by, like it was not supposed to be going through the Gulf of Guinea, which is where a lot of the pirates
Right.
are sort of active.
Right.
So they don't even
Really?
think it could be pirates.
Really?
Yeah. Because they were like, it's not supposed to
Okay.
go anywhere near there.
Do we think that this is another one of the stories that after the alien invasion happens, people will go back and be like, "Oh my God, this podcast actually slowly connected the dots." Remember?
First off,
Yeah.
we should be doing that.
No, we were already talking about doing that.
We were talking about
Yeah,
that?
with the star, you know that they think they have. There's a structure built around it to collect energy.
Oh, yeah.
Sphere.
The Dyson
Yeah.
sphere.
Dyson sphere, yeah. I was saying that we were weirdly talking about a series of articles, and we were like, "What if we are slowly piecing together this story and we don't realize it?" This
That
could
is-
be one of them.
that
We
is
are
fantastic.
brilliant people.
Yeah.
We
By
are
the way,
smartest people
that
I know.
is an amazing idea
Right?
for an audio podcast.
Yes.
Where it just seems like a benign audio podcast
Right.
of people. Let's call them 3 people in a
Right.
garage.
just say, let's say
Just
three
whatever.
people in a
Let's
garage.
just say maybe that's what it is. But that if
Yeah.
you listen to it and you can sort of connect all the dots,
Yeah.
it's telling another story.
Ooh,
That's rad.
so
Yes.
since we accidentally deleted an episode that never aired.
Correct.
And we had to re-record that episode, aka last week's episode.
Yes,
I
yes.
realized something I talked about on the deleted episode that didn't make it to the new recording, and I can talk about now.
Okay.
Is this game that I just played called Her Story.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this game came out in 2015. I'm a little bit behind. It won a whole slew of awards. But if you haven't played it yet, I highly recommend getting it. I played it on my iPad. It's on iOS, but I believe you can get it on other platforms.
Yeah.
And I don't. It's the perfect kind of game to know very, very little about.
Right.
But basically, like, you start the game and you are just given this like. This old like 1995 police computer interface.
Love it.
It's
Yeah.
1995.
Well, it is.
That's like the
is
first
old. I get it.
computers.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing you see immediately is that a certain term has been searched in the search bar, and 4 videos have popped up because of this search term. And it's all videos of this woman, and it's obviously this woman who has come in to the police station.
Blonde, brunette, redhead.
Brunette.
Ooh, okay. I'll watch it anyways.
But this woman has obviously come in over a series of days, and they've recorded her each time she's come in. And you watch these short little video clips that could range from like 7 seconds to like a minute or something like that. And you slowly piece together her story. And you realize after watching these first 4 videos that pop up that you're supposed to search other terms that she talks about. So you have to pay attention to what she's saying and be like, oh, that's a name she mentioned. Maybe I should search that name. And then different videos will pop up. And then there are
Super cool.
There are X amount of videos that you watch to get the entire story, but you watch it completely out of order because you're watching it via search term, not via timeline.
So
Interesting.
how does it end? Like you have to find like the last video. You think?
I won't
don't know?
tell you.
Oh, but you played it all the way through.
Yes.
Okay.
I played it to completion. I will say, you can probably complete it in one go. I had to quote unquote finish it and then go back to really complete it. If that makes sense.
So you finished the story, but you had pieces missing.
Yes.
So you knew what it was all about, but you were like,
I knew enough to quote unquote end the
end
game.
the game. Got it.
And then it's one of those things where when you end the game, you're given one more thing.
Got it.
And then you can go back. But I just say you can probably do it without that one thing. It just,
I see what you're saying.
It just gets a little like you just have to be real clever about what you're doing.
It's a little bit like when we did the escape room, and we jumped,
and I cheated.
Well, no, we jumped over
Oh,
the
right, we
whole
jumped over a thing, yeah.
just because I figured out like where the path was, like how the path worked.
Yeah, you're right.
And then we were sort of not stuck, but we all thought, well, we have to get into this thing. But
Yeah,
really, we had finished what that thing was
we
going
had
to do.
technically
Yeah.
jumped an entire puzzle.
Yeah.
And had the final clue, but didn't realize it was the final clue because we thought it couldn't be done because we still had this one more
Right.
puzzle.
Yeah.
And then I just randomly decided to check the lock on the door, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh,
It's
it
open.
opened.
We did it.
Yeah.
We're out.
And
By
the
the way,
guy-
Lunar Base.
Oh, we have to go do that." Alex and I have been doing escape rooms, Tom.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lunar base. What's that one? Just like lunar base.
I think we're escaping
so.
from a lunar base,
Yeah.
which, by the way, seems right up our alley. Mm-hmm. Captain Moonbase over here.
Yeah,
I so want a fucking moonbase. It's not even funny.
I know,
Oh my
dude.
god.
Abandoned tanker would be a good escape room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ghost ship.
ghost ship.
Crazy.
Oh.
That's awesome.
By the way, this is where everything goes into VR. Where I'm like, fucking ghost ship in
Yes.
VR, where you have
Gosh,
to
dude.
get out of a ghost ship.
I'm getting that. I am
All
getting
the
your
horror
VR.
stuff, I can't.
Dude, terrifying.
No.
I can't.
Yeah.
No.
And like we were talking about that game where you walk out on a ledge to save a cat, right?
Yeah.
Because my wife's like terrified of heights, so I want to like help train her to not be.
Well, and that's
Could
one
that
of the things
kinda
that
help?
VR does is aversion therapy.
That's
where,
actually-
like, if
that's
you're,
decent, yeah.
if you're like afraid of spiders, you could be like,
No,
There's a little spider.
Aversion therapy.
Always
No.
be afraid of. But there's no
Yeah.
point in not being afraid of
It
spiders.
ripped some guy's dick in Australia.
yeah, spiders
There's
are
a reason.
assholes.
Yeah.
We need to wipe Australia off the map. because of
I
that.
agree.
No,
Just-
Australia is so fun.
they have a spider that bit a guy.
On a
Oh,
dick.
I bet the U.S. has a spider that bit a guy on the dick.
Yeah,
I don't want to Google that.
At least our government is smart enough to keep that from getting out to the public.
Yeah, exactly. That is the type of propaganda that we don't need out in the world.
Do you think when Obama became president and they came to him and they were like, okay, sir, there's a
here's the
dude who's been
package.
bit on a dick by the spider. What do you want to do with it? And Obama's like,
Happens.
just bury it.
People are
Happens like
not
10
going to
times
like
a
that.
day.
Bury it. Yeah.
How many times a day does that happen?
He's like,
6.
really? This is the presidency? I always wonder that, like, when you become president, the shit you your first day in office, they're like, okay, here's all the fucked up shit that you don't get to know unless you're president.
Yeah, I want to see that
and you
book
go,
of secrets.
oh shit,
we did what?
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
Why did we create spiders that bit guys?
Yeah. We have robot
those?
spiders?
Oh,
Why would we
man.
have robot spiders?
Engineered spiders for war to bite guys on the dick.
Nuclear spiders?
But only on the
Nuclear
dick, by the way.
dick-seeking spiders. That would be, by the way, that would end a war.
Yeah.
If they were like, they're in the trench, send in the dick-eating spiders. The first guy was like, that spider bit my dick. Everybody just jumps out of the thing and runs home.
With like white flags. Yeah.
It's over. It's over. We sent one dick-biting spider, and the war is done. And there's like a bunch of ladies in the trenches that were like, why are we leaving, you assholes? We can kill them. It's easy. These spiders just jump right over our genitals. Like we should have made it just genital biting spiders, not dick biting spiders.
That's when the Amazonians start.
Spiders.
That's when the Amazonians take over the planet, and it becomes a woman's world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dick-eating spiders.
All the guys just have their hands over their dicks. They're like, I can't go shopping without a hand over my dick.
Oh my god, I can't go shopping
because of all the heat-seeking dick spiders.
Fucking dick spiders.
Oh, I love it. All right,
man.
All right, that's enough for this episode. I think.
Oh really?
Yes.
That felt quick.
It's been 40 minutes.
Has it?
Of dick talk.
Because I'm drinking 10.9% beer.
Yes, you are.
Tom wants more of it.
We got more of it.
All right.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, thank you, everyone, for listening to this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. You can email us at halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com. Just as a reminder, I'm currently in Europe, so next week's episode is being pre-recorded as well. So if you email us, we probably won't get to it for a few weeks. But email us anyway. We love you. You can follow us on Twitter. Half Hour Happy HR.
Yep.
Please subscribe to us and rate us on iTunes and Stitcher.
Soon to be the Google Play.
At this point, we might already be on there. We don't know. This is what happens when we pre-record episodes. Anyway, that's it. I already said this, but it's that is it.
That's
for this
Alison
week's
Haislip.
edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. We were lovely joined by the man who's now covering his dick
that sounded
from
like
Jumping
a
Spider.
weird way to say sex.
Lovely joined.
Lovely joined.
I got lovely joined last night. It was amazing.
Yeah.
In VR. Tom, Super Volcano Kravsky. Thanks for sitting in, Tom.
Yeah.
All right, people. We love you all.
Thank you for listening.
Enjoy your week.
Dick spiders.
No!
Now leaving Nerdist.com.